Well, rising family, how y'all doing? How y'all been? How y'all growing? How y'all flowing? What y'all knowing? What's brand new in the hood of your mental sphere? Man, it's been 2 whole years, two of them, since you done heard from your boy. And man, it's been fun. It's been not fun. It's been up, it's been down, it's been all the way around. And yet we are back once again. Just to remind everyone that the cycle of life continues and you must continue too. Last time We Meditate was updated. We were giving the codes for 2021 and the synchronicities that were to take place. And as it has followed, everything has developed or unfolded exactly as it should. We've had changes and shifts in the normalcy of life with the shutdown and the jabs. We've had economic collapses and tightening of funds. We've had family being taken away, friends taken away. We've gone through a very epic cosmic shift. And in the process of doing so, many of us have either started to separate ourselves in one way or another, whether it be one way towards more success or failure, or one way towards more self-actualization, or less than, better self-awareness, or less than. Essentially, many of us can find ourselves spinning our wheels or growing and moving forward in some way or another. And I must say, the same codes that have existed that we were working on back in 2021, flowing into 2022, essentially nothing has changed. Essentially, the same work must be done. And that same work is the continuing unfolding of the self. The same work is the continuing of the leveling up of your own personal power, your own personal truth, your own reason that you gave yourself to come into being. More and more as we are going and growing through this Kali Yuga season, this age of darkness, this age of tightness, this age of pulling back, this age of restraint, we must realize that all of the things that we are seeing in the world are not bad things. That is a part of the illusion here. That is a part of, are you on the side of growth or are you on the side of retraction? Because it is easy to see on the surface level of life that there are bad things everywhere and the whole world is going to crap and everybody's going to die soon. It's real easy to get caught up into that. That is not the true essence of what consciousness is or what it was supposed to be back in the days when it first emerged. And now we're at the go woke, get broke. All of these cliches on the surface level of society have hijacked and continue to hijack and will always hijack what the original meaning and intent of everything is. And that is to find and recreate new life, find and create new sight, find and create new things to do for yourself while you are simply unfolding here in this plane. So a new death simply is a new doorway. A job loss is simply a new opportunity. Money gone is simply more money coming in. All we have to do is allow ourselves to keep repositioning ourselves in a state of being to where we are always in the forefront of this awareness. And that is all. I'm saying this in big grandiose ways, but a more practical way is, like I said back in 2021, is the energy of the mask, meaning you need to cover yourself. You need to prepare yourself for entering into a tight season and a tight phase. You need to discipline yourself so that you can get yourself into a place of authenticity, because you will not be able to do so without that mask. That mask was a mask of protection. That mask was a mask of allowing you to maneuver undercover, for you to maneuver in the background, for you to maneuver in a way to where you were tealing away at whatever your big idea is, was, and hell can still be. Everybody's timeline is different. And as we see, we went into the 2022 and it was a bunch of chaos, a bunch of hurdles, a bunch of pitfalls, a bunch of very, very harsh transitions for a lot of people. But if we really look at it in the grander scheme of things, 2022 was nothing more than what the old Christian family would say, doing nothing but going up the rough side of the mountain. Think about that imagery for a moment. That old saying, going up the rough side of the mountain, as I used to hear my old great-grandmother say, and as I cosmically learned later on, knowing about the cosmic mount that we are all climbing, is that going up the rough side of a mountain is actually the way that we want to go. We don't want to go and have a life that is way too smooth and way too easy, because in that same imagery of that mountain, if you glide your way up, the moment that you slip, you will slide all the way back down. And so when you go up the rough side of the mountain and you go up through the jagged rocks, you go through the difficult pathways, you go through the zigs and the zags of having to reach left and reach right and reach across so that you can inch up just a little bit higher. When you were doing that work, that actual spiritual work, the actual work of self, the actual day in and day out disciplining yourself and making the sacrifices for yourself, for the things that you feel and know that you want in your heart, in your chest, the things that literally spark you to continue to breathe every day, subconsciously, automatically, without you thinking. The more that you continue to chip away at manifesting those key words there, but very practical terms, the day in, day out, how are you going to tap away at becoming whatever it is you want to be? And if you're already that, how are you going to continue to maintain it, to grow it? And if you aren't that person, and if you feel as though you are not on that path or there is no path, how are you going to simply reconcile your own personal angsts? That is all of what is going on, and that all is what will ever be. But for each year that we exist, a different theme does emerge, and these themes give us a ground floor to work on. So we had our covering, we had our going up the rough side of the mountain. So if we stumble and we fall, we don't fall all the way back down. We don't come all the way back down and everything falls asunder, everything falls apart. We find ourselves in a place to where if we do fail, if we do not meet the task at hand, if we do not integrate our darkness, if we do not integrate our deep desires, if we do not integrate the things that we are ashamed of and start to express ourselves more genuinely, whatever those lax areas in our life of the previous year, they simply will roll over into the 2023 as we are in. And as we are in this new energy, this energy of love, this energy of integration, this energy of the heart, if you continue to hold yourself back, the same things that you were trying to prepare yourself for and did not receive, they will simply move further up the creek of life, and you will be doing much more work to play catch up. So instead of just working on the darkness of your own fears as you day in, day out, go and face whatever those traumas are, as you go through the worries of how you're going to make some money, going down the particular road of whatever it is you're working on, or the how am I ever going to find love for whatever it is that you find yourself in the feeling mode of being for partnership. Whatever you have lacked in and of yourself, in your internal darkness, your internal distractions, your internal sadness, your internal influence by the news, in the current state of black men and black women, your current anything that you allow yourself to channel the energy outside of yourself. Anytime a Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion happens, anytime another full moon ritual happens where another black boy gets taken by the police, any other full moon ritual where a black woman is, taken advantage of by some black man or some white man, anytime a celebrity does something crazy and a takeoff dies and everybody's all upset in the state of the culture and we're all going to shit. Anytime we find ourselves being thrust into that emotional stance, that is the time for us to double and triple down on what we already know to be true for our success. For that is the integration of darkness. That is this Kali Yuga, for many of us have heard of. That is the great work. That is the great journey. That is the saving of yourself. That is your salvation. That is your Christhood. That is your daily Jesus. So we're in this 2023, and the message has not changed. And We Meditate has remained on the sidelines. But 2023, we getting back in the race. Because, hey, ain't nothing else we could do but run, family. So keep your head up, y'all. Let's stay inspired, y'all. Because, hey, it's a long life. Let's go live it and let's go win. Peace, y'all.